Hi there. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Robin Shalia Grant, and welcome to the Elevate Agency channel, where we talk about positivity, elevating our lives in every way. And we especially like to focus on abundance and balance. And I like to define balance as abundance in every area. So, of course, we mean financially as well. And so today, I would just like to check in with everybody. I am officially videoing this exactly 2.5 weeks into 2026. Now, take a moment. I'm not sure when you're watching this, but probably it'll be at the earlier part of 2026. It could be later, could be a different year. But right now, as of now, I am date stamping this 2.5 weeks into the year. Most of us went into the year with ideas and thoughts and goals and intentions and visions on what we want to make sure happens this year. What do we want to make sure we do? What type of energy are we going into the year with from day one? Maybe you started a few days before January 1st. Well, check in with yourself, just like I'm checking in with you. How have you done so far? If you could rate yourself on your performance of where you said you would be, uh, your intentions for the year, you could rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate yourself right now? Think about it. A lot of us know that what we call New Year's resolutions often fall off by the end of the month. So I'm hoping that you went into the year with more than just a resolution, but instead a vision. And so that's what I really want to talk about. Your vision for your life this year and beyond. And what I know about vision and what you know too is that it's mental. It's mental, it's emotional. How do you feel when you see that vision that you have for your life? You know? And a lot of times, in order for that vision to come into fruition, to manifest, for us to see it in the physical realm, the way we see it in our imagination, it will absolutely require personal growth. We have to grow in one way or another so that we can reach that. We wouldn't have the vision for it if we were already there. If we were already there, we would have a vision for something else, or we would just be thankful for where we are now, which we should be. Let me just say that. We want to stay in gratitude for where we are now in life. That's so important. Be gracious, have thankfulness and gratitude for where we are now. Enjoy where we are now. Just generate that joy, and then also be looking forward to whatever that vision is. And in order for us to get there, we have to be willing to put in the work, the consistency, and the discipline for that personal growth to occur. So for you, that might look like, having a schedule that you stick to, especially for those of us in entrepreneurship, life insurance agency owners. If you're a life insurance agent, you have a lot of freedom with your schedule, but even within that, you still have to have a regimen. You can't just go to the beach every day because you can, because eventually a lot of us, until you get to the point to where you have financial freedom and residual income where you don't have to do any work, until you get to that point, it's going to take a certain level of activity that you still have to do, even though you don't have a boss on top of you making sure you clock in or check in at a certain time. You have to be your own boss and maintain that level of discipline and basically be your own boss and your own employee. And you might be managing a staff as well. So you have to set the example for your staff, for your team. Okay, so yeah, the freedom is important, but you got to do the work. You have to have the activity, right? So let's talk about that personal growth piece. I mentioned maybe you set a schedule. Maybe you have a health and wellness fitness goal. I will share one of my goals. So going into the new year, I had a meeting with the personal trainer. I love my fitness club, by the way. I absolutely love my fitness club. I'm not going to shout them out because they got to send me a check first. No, but I just want to keep that private for now, where I go and enjoy my fitness experience. But one of the things that they offered complimentary was a session with one of their best fitness trainers. And so they were doing that at the end of the year, helping people to get ready for their 2026 goals. Because usually people have some sort of fitness goal, weight loss goal, something of that nature. And sure enough, that was the case for me. For years, I've been wanting to know how to, or not just know how to, but also accomplish doing pull-ups. Like, I really want to be able to pull up my own body weight because I know that that will signify strength. And if something ever happens, if I'm at the edge of a ledge, like we see on the movies, I can hold up my body weight. It's just something about that. I'm like, once I can do that, I know I'm strong. But anyway, so I go to this meeting with a fitness trainer, and it was exposing in so many ways. I mean, he put me on this machine that breaks down a lot of things like BMI and how much water is in my body. And he could tell like which parts of my body I needed to work out more. And so he gave me all these different things that I need to do, even nutritionally. And I started implementing those things even before January 1st. I was like, I want to jump on this now. Even my weight wasn't where I wanted it to be ideally. You know, it wasn't super off the charts because I am very focused on my health and wellness. But it was getting close to that area that I really don't want to be. You know, so I said, okay, so I had a weight loss goal, nutrition goal, and I wanted to be more consistent with my gym schedule as opposed to just, I'll make sure I get it in so many times a week wherever I can squeeze it in. But instead of thinking about it that way, now I have a schedule that I adhere to. So I'm so happy that I met with him and that I made those changes. And I've been doing really good. I've been doing so good that I lost, should I say it? I lost 13 pounds. I lost 13 pounds and my goal was 15. My goal was 15 pounds. I lost 13. And technically it was like 13 and a half. But you know, I can round up. So I'm just really happy about my progress. I've also been incorporating fasting. So the church that I go to, we recently started our 21 days of prayer and fasting. And so that's been really huge for me too. You know, for those of you who, may not be believers, I'm not advocating that you become one, but it's been really great for me just having a relationship with the Most High and also being able to fellowship with other like-minded people who just want to live their best lives possible, and just finding ways to get closer and connect more to God has been huge, and being able to do that with other people, holding each other accountable, sharing stories with one another. I love it. Okay. So that's been another part of it. So something else, I had some goals within my business, and that's been going really well also. Most of my days I've been hitting my goals or getting really close to it. And on the days that I don't do it, I have narrowed it down. I know exactly what I'm doing that's off. And the issue is focus. It's focus. And so what I have to do is bring myself back in and cut down the distractions as much as possible. There is this quote that I love. It's discipline is the highest form of self-love. So for those of you who believe in self-love and know that you have to love yourself in order to love other people appropriately, or to even know how you want to be loved, and so that you can recognize what that looks like, what love is like. And then also, we all want to feel loved. Why not love yourself first? So it could seem cliche or like a buzzword, self-love, self-care, but it's a real thing. It's very important, and I recognize that. So with that said, that discipline is so very important. Something else for me, I had a rest goal. I was like, okay, as a part of my overall wellness plan, I need to rest more. So I am being so much more intentional and vigilant about making sure I get my rest. Like, that's been really big for me. So, yeah, that's huge.